everything he does, there's a sense of urgency. And, he has the bad case of the wants, and I like to say he wants to be good. He wants to be a good player. He wants to succeed. So, but again, the lack of depth kind of put him in an emergency situation of hey, look, let's see what you got. And he's obviously performed at a different level than some of the other guys, and he's been ahead from the standpoint of his consistency has been better than some of the other guys.
With having those two guys, the two corners, kind of back in the mix, at least gradually this week, does that open up more possibilities in terms of, with some depth situations, maybe looking at some other guys at a nickel position or something like that? How much more flexibility, if any, does that give?
Again, it's kind of hard to throw guys in there midweek, first time out, just get their feet wet, get them back in the fold, get a feel for what, how far are they behind, what do they know, what can they recall. So it takes some time, but again, they've done a good job with the first couple of days that we practiced. Again, we'll just keep on evaluating.
You were talking about Swafford a minute ago. Obviously, people saw the big play that he made. Where is he kind of overall as a player? I know that coming in, he looks like he's made some nice plays. He's had some plays where he may have been out of position a little bit. Is that just typical for a freshman, or is there something? Is he doing a good job overall?
I wouldn't say it's typical as a freshman. The play that he made was a great play, and we were in man coverage, and first of all, you got to cover the guy, which he did, and then he's got to catch the ball, which he did, and then he can't fall down when he's starting to run, which he didn't do that, and he scores. So it was a great play. But again, it's a work in progress with the run. Again, he's a freshman. He was playing high school ball at this time last year. So but he's also improved. And the only way you do that is if you get reps. And he's had the opportunities to do that. He's been reasonably healthy, which has really been good. So that's what hurts guys that have been hurt. You lost all those reps of getting better consistently. And he's been able to play 4 games for us now, where he's gained a lot of experience that you can't get when you're sitting on the sideline. Not getting it. So
where's the biggest area in which you saw progress from him?
Say it again, I'm sorry.
Where's the biggest area in which you saw progress from him?
I think his knowledge of the scheme, his ability to recall now and some of our calls and execute it on a consistent basis.
I know y'all look at every player the same, whether they're a scholarship or a walk-on or whatever. They're all players, but sometimes those walk-ons have those little chip on the shoulder attitudes, and we haven't talked to Swafford yet since he's been here. Does he kind of have a little bit? Have you seen some of that? Maybe that walk-on mindset?
I think that's just his demeanor. No, he's a very high energy kind of individual himself. So I just think that's the way his makeup is. Regardless of your scholarship player or not scholarship player, I just think it's just his makeup. Again, he's a high energy kid. He's always smiling. He's always moving. So I think that's a strength of his that he has.
Really, occasionally when you guys have 5 DBs out there, you've got 2 freshmen and a sophomore. You thinking some of the ups and the downs that they've had, is that kind of expected, what you expected from them in the first 4 games of the year, or has there been something that's maybe surprised you one way or the other?
Yes. Yeah, it's, again, the inexperience that shows up at times, and they've made some plays too. So we're just trying to get them to be more consistent. Whether you're talking about eye discipline, whether you're talking about not missed tackles, we just got to do a better job as a group. So not just talking about one guy, because when there's 5 guys out there, 5 guys got to play well on defense. And it's not like any other position. One guy messes up back there, it's really everybody suffers. So we've just got to do a better job of playing together and having a complete game. Because I think at times on Saturday we weren't that far away, but we can't give up 2 explosive plays. Now one was a great throw and catch by the quarterback in the wideout. And the other one, we were there in position to make a play, and we couldn't make a play. So we, again, coach better, we got to practice better, got to make plays when those opportunities present themselves.
You guys have scored 3 touchdowns as well. Is that what you like to see from them?
Absolutely.
You expect them to kind of have
absolutely
that kind of impact?
Yeah, I do.
You said you weren't really a redshirt guy in training camp, that you'd like to play freshmen if they earned a spot. Have you ever coached a secondary anywhere near this young, though? Or, I mean,
Probably not. No.
In terms of Cam Sutton specifically, we don't seem to hear his name a lot for wrong reasons. And I guess for a corner, a lot of times it's if they get beaten or something, you hear that. But with Sutton, he seems to be pretty consistent anyway for a freshman. What's your evaluation of him so far?
He's got a ways to go, and the great thing about Cam is that he understands that. He gets that. He knows that he's a work in progress, so to speak, and that. But he has improved each and every week, and there are things that Cam does in games that don't get talked about. Okay. Early on in the ball game on Saturday, he made a couple of plays from the knowledge of our scheme that actually helped us succeed on those plays. It doesn't get talked about because he wasn't a tackle, it wasn't a pass breakup, even though he had a great play that he made, where people are testing him on a long ball early on in the game. So he's just been consistent. And again, like I said before to somebody else who was asking me a question, is like some of these guys that have been on injuries, being able to play, getting practice. Those are valuable. They're unbelievable reps to getting that game experience, that environment that he's been in, and the confidence level every time you make a play, how much it builds for the next game.
So you're saying Cam's